Hello students and welcome to Unit 2 of Components of Food. In Unit 1, we had learnt in detail about the 5 major nutrients. We also learnt how roughage and water, although do not provide nutrition to the body, must be included in a diet. What is such a meal or a diet called, where all components must be included in proper amounts? It is called as a balanced diet. In today's class, we will learn how the nutrients in food can be preserved, some examples of deficiency diseases, and tests to confirm the presence of nutrients in food. By now you are aware that food consists of beneficial nutrients. However, due to certain cooking practices, the nutrients might get damaged. Hence, we must preserve or protect nutrients in food. Here are some tips that we can follow to make sure that the food we eat retains its nutritional value. Avoid overcooking of food, as delicate nutrients like proteins can get damaged. Avoid repeated washing of cereals or pulses which may otherwise wash away nutrients. Do not throw away excess water after boiling or steam cooking vegetables, cereals or pulses, as it is rich in vitamins. Peel only thin skins of fruits and vegetables, as they are rich source of fiber, vitamins and minerals. Do not wash fruits and vegetables after cutting them, as most vitamins will get drained off. Lastly, avoid keeping cut fruits in open air, as it will result in blackening or oxidation. In Unit 1, we had learnt examples of foods containing certain nutrients in them. How do you think we reach these conclusions? It is done by conducting simple experiments or tests. Let us have a look at some such interesting tests. To test for starch, we need food sample, iodine solution and a dropper. First, take a small quantity of any food sample and to that add 2 to 3 drops of brown colored iodine solution. If you notice brown iodine changing to bluish black color when it comes in contact with food, it means the food contains starch. However, if iodine retains its brown color, that means starch is absent. Let us watch a short clip for better understanding.
Note the change in the color of iodine as it is put on the rice and potato. Both turn the iodine blue-black. Put some iodine on the sugar cubes. The color does not change. Salt too does not change its color. This proves that sugar and salt do not contain starch, while the starch in rice and potato reacts with iodine to form a blue-black compound.
To test for proteins, we need food sample, test tubes, mortar and pestle, dropper, water, caustic soda or sodium hydroxide solution and copper sulfate solution. First, take any food sample and crush it in the form of a paste with a small amount of water in a mortar and pestle. Transfer this paste into a test tube. To this test tube, add 8 to 10 drops of sodium hydroxide solution and mix up the contents. Add 2 to 3 drops of blue colored copper sulfate solution and mix the contents. Development of purple color in the test tube shows that proteins are present. Egg white, being a rich source of proteins, develops a dark purple color, while milk, also containing slightly less amount of protein, develops a light purple color. If the food sample does not contain proteins, it remains blue in color, as shown in the sample of salt here. This video clip shows a positive protein test. I am sure you were amused by the videos of the test results, weren't you? Let's move on to the test for fats. You will need simple materials like food sample, pestle or hammer and a paper. First, take a food sample, place it on a paper and crush it using a pestle. Take off the food sample and allow the paper to dry. If you notice an oily translucent patch, it confirms the presence of fats. Absence of translucent patch shows that the food sample does not contain fats. We are now aware of a balanced diet and the role of each nutrient. What do you think would happen if any one nutrient is missed out or not taken in quantities as required by your body? It would result in a condition called as deficiency disease. Let us look at some such deficiency diseases. The deficiency of proteins in the diet of small children causes kwashiorkor. It generally occurs in children between the age of 1 to 5 years. The main symptoms are stunted or slow growth, the hair color changing to red, the skin generally cracks and becomes scaly or rough, the stomach of the child bulges out like in the picture, along with swelling of feet and face, and poor ability to fight against diseases. The deficiency of both proteins and carbohydrates in the diet of small children results in marasmus. It generally occurs in children less than 1 year of age. The main symptoms are the child becomes lean and thin, the child is reduced to just bones and skin, making the ribs prominent like in the picture, weakness due to deficiency of carbohydrates, and slow growth and less weight due to deficiency of proteins. The deficiency of vitamin A results in night blindness, wherein a person is unable to see in dim light. This can be prevented by consuming vitamin A-rich foods like papaya, egg yolk, carrots, liver, etc. The deficiency of vitamin B1 causes beriberi, resulting in weakness, red patches on skin, tenderness, and pain in muscles. The disease can be prevented by eating green leafy vegetables, whole grains, legumes like peas, beans, and others. The deficiency of vitamin C causes scurvy, wherein a person develops bleeding gums and weak teeth. This can be prevented by eating citrus fruits like lemons, oranges, amla, and sprouts. This vitamin also helps in boosting our immunity. Rickets is a disease that occurs due to the deficiency of either vitamin D or calcium or both. The disease affects bone health, resulting in protruding ribs called as pigeon chest, soft, bent and twisted bones of legs, weak muscles and poor teeth. This can be prevented by intake of milk and milk products and exposure to morning sunlight that helps in preparing vitamin D. You must have seen some people having swollen necks like these. This is called as goiter that occurs due to deficiency of iodine. The disease affects the thyroid gland, an organ which is present in the neck region. Thyroid is related to the growth of a person. Therefore, in small children, it results in another disease called cretinism, wherein the child suffers from a retarded growth. These diseases can be prevented by intake of iodized salt and seafood. The last deficiency disease is anemia that occurs due to deficiency of iron. It results in weight loss, less amount of hemoglobin in blood that makes a person weak and lethargic. Consuming jaggery, spinach, eggs, fish, liver and nuts will help in avoiding the condition. This is a chart of the deficiency diseases that we have discussed so far. This brings us to the end of the lesson. Please answer these questions to assess your understanding of the lesson. Until then, take care. See you in the next class.